I read something that breaks my heart. Now there's an additional person that died in that semi-trailer. They had a 150-mile trip they were making. Yes, they were smuggling. They were being smuggled into our country. I agree with my sister Randy. There's got to be a way to make it easier to become a United States citizen. I have friends who are here illegally. I'll be the first to admit that. Does it bother me? I know the individuals as people. No, it doesn't. One of whom is trying to become a citizen. Excuse me. You need to understand something. Many of these South American countries will not allow their citizens to get a visa to come into America. That's something you don't hear about, and if you do a little research, you'll find out I'm right. And when you've got an economy that's absolutely in shambles, and you have children, or you have elderly parents, or just yourself, and not everybody can go out into the jungle and create a situation where they can live off the land. Used to, I would have been able to do that, but I'm old and crippled and diseased now. I've got ailments that would keep me from being able to do that. I've been talking about taking a camera and showing stuff locally you can grab and eat. I haven't done that yet. One very simple reason. Well, a few reasons. Right there's a couple of the reasons. I have to have those to walk. I may get back in the swimming pool today. I don't know if I will or not. I'm almost therapeutic. I'm back to being my grouchy, normal, old, crippled, ugly, fat self, but there's still a little bit in there. But getting back on subject, not everyone can be a Rambo and go out there and live off the land and gather plants and what kind of a life is that anyway? Many of these people want the opportunities that the United States of America offer. Now I want to tell you something. Canada does not have a border problem. They just don't. And they have a fairly porous border. They're not going up into Canada. Some are, but most aren't. Why would that be? Well, for one reason, they've got Justin Trudeau for a president or for a prime minister. And there are not great opportunities in Canada. If there were, people would be flocking to go up there. I've been there. It's a great place. I like it. I've got friends that are Canadian. But I'm going to give you an example. My friend Jerry has a young man working for him that has dual Canadian and American citizenship. So where is he right now? He's down here working and enjoying life. America has more freedoms than anyone else out there. We just do. But I really do believe there needs to be some kind of setup where it would be easier. You know, well, you got to memorize the Constitution, you got to memorize the Bill of Rights, you got to know American history, and all that is partially true. But most Americans do not know their own history. I do, but it's been part of my actual occupation in life to know it. But most American citizens have not read the Constitution of the United States. They've not read the Bill of Rights. They've not read the Declaration of Independence, and the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are three different documents. Most people just think they're all the same, one big old same deal. They're not. Most people cannot name the framers of the Constitution, don't have a clue about it. If you ask someone who Henry Clay was, they wouldn't know. Henry Clay was a United States Senator that kept our nation from going into the Civil War. It wasn't just the North versus South, folks. It was also the West versus the North and South. There were three ways the United States was going to cease being the United States. And those are still divisible regions. People from California do not think like people from the North, or people from the South, or people from the East Coast. Phraseology, patterns of speech, all that's different. And yet, when a person... I have a friend named Jeff Kaiser. I've never met him. We're friends on Facebook. He's got a wife that's from the Philippines, and she became a naturalized United States citizen. It can be done. It took her 5 years to get to that point. Think about that for a minute. So there needs to be a better way. Come in. I'm doing my vlog. That's my granddaughter. What do you need, sugar?
I don't know. I just kind of came in here.
But anyway, most people do not understand what it entails becoming a citizen of this nation. And most that are naturally born here and natural citizens do not understand they have a responsibility to learn about our country. It does bother me that there's so much apathy out there. And I've got people saying, well, the young people in this nation are hopeless, they're helpless. No, that's not true. There's no one generation that's worse than the next generation. And I've got people saying that, and that's crap. Some of the brightest individuals I know are teenagers in early 20s. Some of the hardest workers I know are teenagers in the early 20s. So, you know, you can't generalize. But one thing I can state is it is an absolute horrible tragedy that those 51 people died in that box van, or in the cargo trailer on that semi. That just, it's terrible. Now, shifting gears a little bit. What am I up to today? Well, I'm getting ready to do a little research on some folks. And I haven't spoken to Jerry today. I spoke to Matt, and I've spoken to my son Benjamin. There are a few things I've got to do. I'm feeling much better today than I did yesterday, and I'll feel better tomorrow than I do today. Well, folks, that's pretty much all I've got to say today. I hope all of you watching this are doing well. And like that sign up there says, be kind. And remember this old man wants God to bless you as much as he can, and I love you. Bye.